I'm always curious about the editing process in every movie because it's the final rewrite. I'm curious how, when you got in the editing room with all your footage, what surprised you? What made you nervous?
It all surprised me. You're right. It really does evolve. There's writing the script, there's shooting the movie, then there's the editing process, which is the final rewrite of the film. And it's so funny. The things I think are going to work sometimes don't work at all. The things I think there's no way it's going to work end up being the favorite scenes. The Mr. Mime scene, which I fought really hard to put into the movie, and then Justice and I were just talking about it the other day. After we shot it, we're like, this is insane. This can't possibly. This is weird and insane. And then I was like, we have to cut it. I tried to cut it, and the producers were like, are you crazy? You can't cut the scene. And we put it together, and it's one of those scenes that just everyone loves. So, what do you know?
How long was your first cut compared to the finished film?
I don't do very long cuts. I actually keep it really tight, so it actually expands after my first cut. I go really, really tight, and then open it up and let it breathe.
Will you have deleted scenes on the Blu-ray?
Yes, there's deleted scenes. We just finished that like 3 weeks ago.
I figured. It's always right when the movie's about to come out. How many minutes for fans can they expect?
Of the deleted scenes? Quite a bit. And there's a whole different version of the first act in the deleted scenes. It's fascinating.
That's awesome for fans.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, listen, just fully exposed here. We just show everything. Yeah.
No, completely.
Yeah.
What was it? What do you think it is about the film for fans and non-fans that they can look forward to? Because obviously a lot of people know Pokemon, but there's still a ton of people that have never seen it.
Yeah, well, first of all, we dedicate the movie to the fans. There's the new generation of fans, but there's also the older generation. And I was surprised myself how much millennials adore this franchise. The 20-somethings, the 30-somethings, they grew up with it, they love it. And so we wanted to, it's a love letter to fans of Pokemon, but it's also a human story and an amazing journey, and it's funny. Ryan's hilarious, and Justice's incredible, Kathryn's incredible, and the emotional ride of it and the heart of it, I think, is appealing to everyone, whether they know Pokemon or not.
Getting Ryan is a huge deal, because I mean, everything I've seen of the footage is he's awesome. What was your reaction when you found out that Ryan had agreed to do it?
Huge relief. I mean, we were all in on Ryan. So what happened was I did these tests. So I took an old clip of Ryan's from a different movie, and we animated Pikachu to it. And the second I saw that test, it was done. I mean, it was perfect. And we hadn't even reached out to him. And there would be no other version in my mind. So when he finally said yes, it was just this massive sigh of relief. And then I found out the other day, he finally confessed. He showed that clip to his daughter, and she's the one who talked him into it. So thank you to Ryan's daughter.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm curious, there's been a lot of talk about like video game movies and video game movies curses, if you will. Do you consider Pokemon a video game movie? Like, you know about that, people have said that stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying not to think about the curse part before the movie comes out. I'm nervous enough. Yeah, people have said that, but at the end of the day, this is a character out of the larger Pokemon universe, and for people who don't realize, Pokemon's been around for over 20 years. There's maybe over 20 seasons. Don't hold me to that. Of television shows, there's over 20 anime movies, so there's plenty of storylines related to Pokemon, not just the video games. It's a broad universe, and the Detective Pikachu video game that this was based on, which is a video game, has this really incredible human story to it that when I was told about it, it made a lot of sense as a film. And we really, tried to embrace, the human side of the story and craft a compelling story with a lot of heart and a great character journey.
The last question for you, the VFX. Was there a shot or two that you're like, we're never getting this?
There's a lot. I mean, the visual effects are really incredible in this. They're massive, but ultimately, it's the subtle scenes that I love the most. It's just the scenes of Pikachu and Tim talking, sitting and sharing a coffee at a bar are so amazing to me because they're so organic and natural and real. You feel like Pikachu's actually there. It feels like, we shot the film with Pikachu already in it, and we shot on film. We used old lenses. We have it's a very gritty, organic look to the film. There's very little green screen in it. It's all location footage, so it's got a very interesting look that makes the Pokemon come to life.